I'd like to introduce Paul Bay, our line producer, really valuable member of our team. We are so happy that you're here tonight. Thank you so much. We welcome you. And this is a big night for all of us because this film has been literally 12 years in the making. I think the ideas started out in 2010, 14 years in the making. We started fund development in 2017, and we're just so pleased that we finally pushed this film across the finish line with, in many cases, with support from all of you. And so thank you so much for being here.
I can only go so far. This film really started, as Karen said, some 10 years ago, when we learned that Chief Warrant Officer Jim Butters created the very first ramp ceremony. It's a ceremony that lived on throughout the entire period in which the coalition partners were in Afghanistan, and in many cases, afterwards as well. Unfortunately, it wasn't just for Canadian soldiers. Our coalition partners created the ramp ceremonies as well, similar to what we had created in Afghanistan. The ramp ceremony was viewed by Canadians, and something miraculous happened. I'm not political. Governments of the day did not want Canadian citizens to see fallen soldiers come back to Canada. And so the news media was not allowed to film on or near the base at Trenton. And the Canadian public said, "The hell with you?" And they came out, initially 1, 2, 3, a dozen, 3 dozen along the fence line. But it evolved over the time that we were in Afghanistan to a 300-mile long group of Canadian citizens who wanted to show their respect. So this story lived on into something more than just the ramp ceremony, but also the Highway of Heroes and our experience in Afghanistan.
And the reason this story is important is because the ramp ceremonies and the Highway of Heroes precipitated an unprecedented level of support by the Canadian public towards our Canadian, our men and women in uniform, our Canadian Forces members. And that is something that we hadn't seen in this country for decades. In the 70s and the 80s, in some cases, soldiers were asked not to wear their uniforms off base for fear that they might be held in disdain. And so we've come a long way, and we really don't want the memory of the support that Canadians gave to our members of the Canadian Forces during the war in Afghanistan to disappear. So we really believe that it's important to tell these stories so that we remember as a people who we were and how we responded in a very touching way to all of these repatriations, these fallen soldiers coming home. And this film really is about brotherhood, it's about nationhood. And we're very proud to present this story to you tonight. I'm just going to let Paul close with a few words of his own.
Hi, thanks. Yeah, I just want to first acknowledge and welcome the Silver Cross families here tonight, and we really appreciate you coming out. Robert asked me to give a couple words on what I do, a little different from what they were talking about, but basically my job here was to whenever we filmed, I'm the man on the ground and kind of make things happen as a line producer, which sometimes means picking up and moving to another location within a few minutes when our soldiers are saying, no, it didn't happen this way, it happened this way. And so we had to be very nimble, and we had to change course quite frequently based on what they said. And the reason we did that is because we wanted to tell a story as accurately as possible, and it's their story, and we wanted to honor that. Thanks.
I just need to add that this film would not look the way it does if Paul was not involved with our group. He is a Swiss Army knife on the set because he can do just about everything.
Yeah, we're super proud of our team, and we're proud of all of these guys, our Afghan friends and partners. You can see my beautiful gift that I'm wearing tonight. from our Afghan friends, and we're super proud of all of these guys in uniform. Many of them helped us develop this film with authenticity. I know there's a lot of other first responders and personnel in the room. We're just so grateful for all of you to be here, and I hope you enjoy the film.
Thanks, Karen, Paul. Just before, while everyone returns to their seats, we're just about ready to go. The projectionist I see is all set, so that's always a good sign when you're here to see a film. So I will have you take your seats, and as they do that, just a reminder that there will be another presentation tomorrow night at Studio Bell, and there are still tickets available for that. So if you have a friend or a family member or someone who may be interested in seeing Fallen Heroes, by all means, let them know. They can buy tickets online, and that's tomorrow night at Studio Bell at the National Music Center. So without further ado, once everyone gets settled, I think we're ready to go with Fallen Heroes. I'm getting your thumbs up.